serial number, word, and then the meaning. Okay. The last and the final node for which the whole video is made is the partitioning node. This is a very important node, and this is the crux of this video. Okay. So partitioning, in this, let's first see that how the configuration looks. So we are doing the first partitioning. In this case, there is an absolute. By absolute, I will explain that what it is, but let me discuss what's this. The input table is split into two partitions. So the partitioning node only distribute the data into two. What you require it based on the attributes that you give, whatever attributes you give. And then the two partitions are available at the two output ports. You see that this port has two output ports, right? This node has two output ports. So this is what you require. This is what you, or you could say this is your first partitioning that you will explain, like whatever you select here would come up at the first top node, and the lower node would show what you haven't selected. So in this case, the father has selected that instead of absolute number, means that if he has vocabulary bank of 1,000 words, he wants to come only 20, or he wants to come 40 or 50 or whatever. So it gives the standard or an absolute number of outcomes that are required. In terms of relative, a percentage should be given. This is a percentage. So in this node, the selection is 5%. It could be higher, it could be lower. Then take from the top. So it's kind of, say, again, different methods, right? So let me explain what is absolute. So absolute specify the absolute number of rows in the first partition. If there are less rows than they specified here, all rows are entered into the first table, while the second table contains no rows. Relative. The percentage of the number of rows in the input table that are the first partition. It must be between 0 and 100 inclusively. Take from the top. This mode puts the topmost rows into the first output table and the remainder in the second output table. Meaning, if you said out of 1,000, give me top 10, then 10 will be in the first table, 10 will be first table, and the 990 would be in the second table. Linear sampling. This mode always include the first and last row and select the remaining rows linearly over the whole table. Example, every third row. This is useful to downsample a sorted column while maintaining minimum and maximum value. Draw randomly. Random sampling of all rows, you may optionally specify a fixed fee. So 5% on random basis. Stratified sampling. Check this button if you want stratified sampling. That is, the distribution of values in the selected column is approximately retained in the output table. You may optionally specify a fixed seed. Use random seed. If either random or stratified sampling is selected, you may enter a fixed seed here in order to get reproducible results upon re-execution. If you do not specify a seed, a new random seed is taken for each extraction. Okay, what does it mean? It means that let's take this configuration. So in this feed, the father has selected 5% drawn randomly. So uh, so the first output would come when executed. The first output would come with two words, with 5% of words. Let's say the first word is apple, banana, and cat, right? So if you select this button, when you re-execute, apple, banana, cat will appear in the next output as well. Then if you re-execute it, apple, banana, cat will reappear in your output. If you do not select this, then if you have, like, the first output would be apple, banana, cat. Second output would be dog, bull, or elephant. Third output could be grass, plant, sofa, etc. So it means that after at every execution, if its use random seed is not clicked or is not checked, then every time the output would be different. Okay, now how our workflow looks like. Okay. So this is how our workflow looks like. So you remember the first node was Excel reader. So in this case, the configuration that we have given is this one, right? So Excel reader, browsing the file, selecting which sheet is required, apply, and execute. The second node that we selected is rank, giving serial number, and this is this one, right? So in this case, the selection was sorted based on word, and the column name was given rank. The third one is column filter. The column filter is where we have excluded and included certain columns to be in our output file or table. Then we use column resorter. So the column resorter is when we say that we want rank as the first word in the second column and meaning in the third column, right? Then we rename, column rename. Column rename is where we give the column which was previously named as rank as a serial number or S dot number. Then the last one is the partitioning. So the selection method, what we have used in selection. So you could see this. In this case, we have given 5% randomly, okay, and apply. Okay. Okay. So this one, Excel writer. The Excel writer is a bonus node for today, and I want you to execute that, and you have to examine your knowledge and expertise about Excel writer and give comments in below so that other people could also read that and know how the Excel writer is executed. Okay, so I haven't executed it for you. However, through my own, it's back-end working, I have executed them, and these are the outputs that I got it, right? So you could see that the 5% were coming like 12 items, and they were different, they were randomly selected. So you see that I have E, G, L, P, Q, R, right? C, concise, everything. So it's no more an alphabetical, and it's kind of still random. And every time the father runs it, it gives you 12 rows, 12 rows, 12 rows, 12 rows, because it's a 5% selection, but it's every time selecting different words, different words, different words, different words. So now, has it solved the problem of our father? Let's see. Right. So he had vocabulary built, I read how selected. So he has avoided repeat. How? Because if you see the outputs are every time different. So now he is not only able to ensure that he has all the words, but he's also ensuring that it's kind of say randomly selected, so they are not from say top 10, top middle 12, top 12, or lower 12. So it's kind of a random selection, and then it's also challenging to the kids that they know that the questions or the vocabulary could be asked from any position of the Excel file or any position of the vocabulary bank. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you liked today's presentation. I know that it was maybe lots of people already knew those things, but it's for everybody. We all learn from each other. Please give comments, and also tell me that what you want to see next, what you want to learn next. Thank you very much. We will be there soon. Thanks. Bye. Have a good day.